Today we're going to be talking about my top 5 reasons why I love living in Medellin, the things that have basically kept me here for the last 14 years. You just feel the energy in the air that Medellin has. If I'm out of the city for even just 2 weeks, I start getting homesick. That never really has happened in my life, anywhere that I've lived. All right, so here are the top 5 reasons why I love living here. Number 5, the people. I know we hear this all the time, but I want to explain it through my view. In Medellin, they're called pisas, right? The people that are from the state of Antioquia are called pisas, not just Medellin, but from the entire state. The biggest difference that you'll notice between people in Medellin and other places in Colombia is their gun-ho mentality. In Colombia, for example, on the coast, people are very relaxed and laid back, and they're not very hard working at times, but they love to party. In Medellin, there's an expression here, echados pa'lante, always moving forward, right? They're always going forward with things, trying to get over any obstacles or bumps in the road, etc. They also have another expression that says, el paisa no se vara. The paisa never gets stuck, right? He or she always finds a solution to a situation. I definitely relate with those people more than, for, let's say, someone that doesn't like to work much, is more laid back. I'm more of a person that's always active. That's why I fell in love with the people here, because I saw myself in them, right? As an entrepreneur, paisas are more self-starters than most of the other people in the other regions. So that's what I love about the people here, is that they are very self-starting and they are hardworking. And they're pretty, creative when it comes to trying to find a solution for things. For example, there's always a guy for something. You know, like in the US, you say, oh yeah, I've got a guy for that. Oh yeah, I've got a cable guy. Oh yeah, but here you've got a guy for everything that you need in your life. Literally, if you need your shoes fixed, oh yeah, there's a shoe guy right across the street. You need your washing machine fixed. Oh yeah, there's a guy right there at the corner. There's a tool store or whatever, and they can fix it. There's a guy for everything here. It's pretty amazing. That's part of their personality that really charmed me when I first got here. Coming from Bogota, which is a very hustle and bustle type city, I felt like the people in Medellin not only were hardworking, because in Bogota people work a lot. I mean, it's a big city. People are working every day. But the biggest difference that I saw between the people here and there is that the people here were a little bit more warm. True freedom. In the United States, we're brought up to believe that we're free. But in reality, you're only as free as your options. And in the United States, we don't really have true freedom. And one can say the same thing about Colombia, where you're only as free as your options here. Since the cost of living is so much lower here, and I'm making more money now than I ever was in my life, I honestly feel like I'm free. I can do whatever the heck I want, go wherever I want. That, coupled with the fact that it's a lower cost of living here, and I make dollars here. And I think that if I were to move to a more expensive city, for example, I don't know, like a city in Europe or any other country that's more expensive than here, my life would be a little bit more restricted and I would feel less free. And I love the feeling of being free, because I never want to be feeling like I'm restrained or I'm being held back by something. Everyone is different, I understand, but this is just my story and my experience. If you can relate, let me know. Write it in the comments. I think it's something that some other people feel as well. If you're interested in moving to Medellin, make sure to check out the Medellin Masterclass. We've helped many people make the move to Medellin. We are an online course. It's 6 hours of content. It took us over 200 hours and counting to develop. You're going to learn everything from taxes in Medellin to the visa options to how to rent an apartment, how to buy an apartment, how to get healthcare here. And you'll have all those resources because me and my team have done all the research. We have lists for you to contact people and start making things happen, even if you're not in the country right now. But on top of that, once you're done with the masterclass, you join our masterclass inner circle, which is all of the alumni, entrepreneurs, business professionals, people that work remote, semi-retired, etc. We all get together once a month in person here in Medellin and once a month on Zoom for those of you that are in the United States. So if you're interested, make sure to go to the MedellinMasterclass.com where you can book a 15-minute call. We don't just accept anybody into the Medellin Masterclass because it's not for everybody. We need to talk to you, and then we go from there. The cost of living and the quality of life. They go hand in hand. The cost of living is low, But the quality of life can be very high here if you have enough money to live, in a Estrato 5 or an Estrato 6. And if you're an expat or an immigrant from another country coming to live in Medellin or retire in Medellin, you should have a healthy budget. You're not coming out here to rough it. You're coming out here to make your life even better, have more time to do the things that you love to do, and meet quality people. So the cost of living facilitates that. And then the higher quality of life in neighborhoods that have Estrato 5 and 6 allows you to have kind of a dream life, really. I consider that I have a dream life. It's hard to describe if you've never been here. So what is the cost of living right now? The minimum wage in Colombia is 1,300,000 pesos per month. And in dollars, that's $332, give or take some cents as well. On average, per year, the average person is making, and this is more than the minimum, $11,170. Rental prices depend on where you're living in Medellin. It could cost anywhere between $650 to $1,200. If you've got a budget of $2,000, $5,000, you are living like a king out here, and you have a ton of freedom. You've got a ton of help from people that can help you do anything out here, and life is great. Life is good. My work-life balance. I touched on that already, but as many of you know, because you're either living in the United States or the UK or Canada or Australia or any other, developed first world country, the work-life balance can be kind of off scale, right? Like, we equate making more money with a better work-life balance. And a lot of the time it doesn't work that way because you're working more stressed out. You're probably spending at least an hour or two if you're in a major city in traffic. So, your 8-hour work week could actually be a 12-hour work week with, measuring in lunchtime, with traffic time, with any errand that you may have to run. And you don't actually have a good balance. You're basically working for the weekend. But here in Medellin, I'm not talking about the regular Colombian here. I'm talking about someone that lives in the United States, that has a way to make money in the United States and comes to live here in Colombia, in Medellin. Your work-life balance goes through the roof, because if you're working from home, if you've got a remote job or an online business or something where you're able to generate money here and make dollars, not only can you work from home or from co-working spaces where you're comfortable, where you don't have to commute, so you're able to make more time. I already touched on that, but instead of thinking that in your life you need to make more money, I need to make more money. No, you need to make more time. If you start thinking that way, then you start getting more creative with your lifestyle design. That's what I've done, and what I continue to do is to design a lifestyle, including my businesses, that will allow me to gain more time, more freedom, more balance. Or I've tipped the scale over on the healthy side as opposed to the work side. When I was broke and I started my digital marketing business and I was an English teacher here, I would work, between 4 to 8 hours a day as an English teacher. And then I would come home and work until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and then do it all over again the next day, wake up at 5 in the morning, give class at 6. My work-life balance was not as balanced, right? My life wasn't as balanced. I was more focused on generating some sort of an income to support myself and start a business, so that in the future I could leave the teaching job and just focus on the things that I love to do. And that's what happened over time. And now I've created this, or designed this lifestyle where I have time and I can do the things that I want to do. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. I make videos constantly, and I go live constantly, and we do in-person meetups. So I hope to see you in Medellin sometime soon. Number 1, the Medellin Vibe. That is my number 1 thing that I love about here. And I'm going to try to describe it and make you feel what I feel. The best way that I can sum it up is the Medellin Vibe, because it really is that. As soon as you touch down at the airport and you come out of Las Palmas and you see the entire city, you just feel the energy in the air, the atmosphere that Medellin has. If I'm out of the city for even just 2 weeks, I start missing it. I start getting homesick. That never really has happened in my life, anywhere that I've lived, where I leave for a while and I was like, man, I'm homesick now. I never expected that to happen, actually. When I got deported back in 2010, I thought that I would be moving around from cities to cities, but I would never really find a home because California was my home. Everyone that I love was there. So I never thought I would find a home, but Medellin became that home for me. I don't want to go somewhere where I'm going to hate life. And I feel like if I were living in California as a middle-aged person that's single, that is not a millionaire, my life wouldn't be great. My life would not be as free, as fun. Because of all of the things that I've mentioned here, all of that put together gives Medellin this special feeling, this magical feeling that I get and that I miss anytime I'm out of the city. So that's my number one reason for loving this life that I have here in this city.